In fantasy, we follow heroes. We root for justice and salvation, and also the triumph of good over everything else. But what if this main character wasn't good? What if the protagonist was a creature of absolute ice-cold calculation, a man whose entire moral compass is, pointed towards his self-interest? That man is Fang Yuan, the central figure of, the Chinese novel, Reverend Insanity. For many readers, he's the most brilliant, most compelling, and most terrifying anti-hero ever created. He's not flawed. He's a demon in every sense of the way. Today we're diving into the mindset of the ultimate protagonist, a man who's lived for over 500 years and learned one singular lesson. Morality is a luxury of the weak. I'm your host, Anime 101. Let's get into it. First, like, share, subscribe, and do all that YouTube stuff. Now, Fang Yuan begins his story not as a naive youth, but a man who has already failed his goals. His first life spanned 500 years, a grueling, brutal odyssey across the chaotic world of goo cultivation. He clawed his way to his peak, suffered endless betrayals, and faced crushing defeats, and ultimately failed to achieve his goal, eternal life. This entire backstory is crucial because it isn't just a backstory, it's his thesis statement. His trauma isn't used for emotional flashbacks, it's used to justify his complete rejection of humanity. He learned that sentiment like kinship, friendship, love, and righteousness are traps in, his world. They are weaknesses to be exploited by others, and resources to be consumed by oneself. Fang Yuan's philosophy is built on what can be called the three pillars of the demon. First is pragmatism. All values measured in purely utility-wise. Is it logical? Does it benefit me? Am I going to get something in return? If killing 1,000 innocent people saves him 1 minute of training, the 1,000 people, are dead. Second is consistency. He never wavers at all from his goals of immortality. Every action from, stealing a simple rock or destroying an entire clan is a calculated step forward to his goal. And third is self-reliance. He trusts absolutely no one. He views cooperation as temporary and friendships as exploitable. His rebirth isn't a second chance at redemption, it's a second chance of winning. He returns to the beginning where it all started, but he has his memories, he has his emotions, he has everything in his mind. He knows who's going to betray him, he knows who's going to basically be an obstacle, so he can plan around that. He knows what he's doing. He has prep time. He has 500 years of prep time, and he's going to use every second of it to gain eternal life. Now, to appreciate Fang Yuan's genius, you must understand the world he comes from. The Reverend Insanity universe revolves around a mystical power called goo. It is insect-like organisms that embody the laws of heaven and earth. Cultivators, or goo masters as they're called, capture, refine, and use these goo to gain powers from, Yucca lightning to, traverse the river of time with the spring-autumn cicada. The entire cultivation system is designed to be brutal and, no holds barred. There are limited resources, endless competition, and the cultivation process often require horrific sacrifices. For example, some goo require the user to consume the blood of their closest kin to, activate, or even, kill your entire clan off to just refine that unknown power. Why not? Who cares? But his most important goo is the spring-autumn cicada that I've just mentioned moments ago. It's a legendary time travel goo that allows Fang Yuan to go back in time to a point where he could, regain his memories. He could plan around obstacles that have, defeated him in his past life. He knows what to do. He knows what moves to play. It's literally like losing a chess match and then traveling back to the beginning of the chess match with all the information. You know what moves he's going to do. You know what he's thinking, his thought process. Hell, he even stayed after the post-game interview to see how he lost, what was going through his opponent's mind. He knows every move he needs to make. But above all, the world is overseen by the heavenly Tao, the impartial will of the universe that attempts to maintain balance. The heavenly Tao views Fang Yuan's attempt at cheating fate and his request for eternal life as a cancerous anomaly. The entire series becomes a chess match between one surpassing the other, between one supremely clever demon and the fundamental rules of, well, the universe. Now, when it comes to the early stages of Reverend Insanity, the novel establishes Fang Yuan's willingness to walk the path of wickedness. His immediate gain upon rebirth is not to fight the heavenly Tao, but to secure resources and remove emotional chains. The most shocking is, well, when he kills his own clan. Yes, he comes back and is like, yeah, we gotta gather resources. We gotta get stronger. We gotta get good powers. We gotta get good goo. And so he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna slaughter my clan. It's something, this novel is. But yes, one particularly infamous act is the use of the blood skull goo. To progress rapidly, he needed to refine this goo, which required the blood sacrifices of, well, people. And you know what? His closest family too. He did it without a flicker of emotion, cementing his nature as a true demon. This isn't anti-heroism. This is true villainy. The narrative doesn't excuse it. It simply explains the logic of his actions. His relationship with his twin brother, Fang Zhe, is a cruel and brilliant mechanism. His brother is the traditional protagonist, righteous, talented, and kind. Fang Yuan, on the other hand, meticulously manipulates him and corrupts his brother's path, twisting his good nature into crippling psychological despair. Now, as Fang Yuan ascends to the higher ranks of the goo cultivation world in his second life, obviously, his schemes become impossibly grand and his victims vast, which include territories and entire organizations. His genius truly shines when he masters the use of the Wisdom Goo. The Wisdom Goo grants the user unparalleled, well, deductive abilities, allowing Fang Yuan to plan decades in advance, predicting every variable and eliminating every obstacle in his path. This ability is often used while battling the fate goo, basically, the physical embodiment of destiny itself, proving that the fight is not against other people, but against the concept of a pre-written destiny. His acts during periods are legendary. The destruction of the human mortal blessed lands to claim the resources for himself, the manipulation of political identities and political landscapes of the imperial court to steal crucial goo, and the systemic slaughter of, well, immortal rank cultivators who dare to oppose him. He just doesn't win. He breaks his opponents, he mutilates them, he manipulates them, and ultimately he discards them like the filth they are. Now, in the later stages of the novel, Fang Yuan's ambition reached their highest cosmic peak. The conflict with other cultivators fades as his primary ambition and struggle is against the heavenly Tao itself. His goal shifts from merely surviving to actively defying fate and achieving, well, ultimate freedom. Fang Yuan begins to, well, actively interfere with the heavenly Tao's operations, disrupting its plans and exploiting its weaknesses. But who is Fang Yuan? He is the most powerful and calculating character in modern fantasy. He is a demon whose existence forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. Is morality a real necessity, or is it just a social construct? What is the true cost of absolute freedom? His legacy is a complex, well, story. He is a villain, yes, but he is a villain with unbreakable logic and an unmatched dedication to his goals. Freed from, well, social restraints, he is the demon venerable of our time, and his journey across the goo world is, well, unforgettable, terrifying, and, well, an ultimate lesson in the absolute limits of pragmatism. But what do you think is the greatest Fang Yuan quote? In my opinion, it's the perseverance one. Like, just every quote of Fang Yuan is peak, but the perseverance quote is just so, like, it's all the way up here. And does his goal truly justify his actions? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good YouTube stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great day.